Hey guys, it's your girl Sapile here. So a couple days ago, the Genshin 2.4 livestream dropped and it was announced that GANYU is getting it!
Wait, what?
If you're like me who has awaited an entire year for the GANYU rerun, I just can't believe it's finally happening. Like, I actually could have gotten GANYU on her first run. I had the Primo Gems and almost lost control one day. But I decided to skip GANYU for Hu Tao. And look who got a rerun first. But real talk, I'm so excited to finally get GANYU. I've been having dreams about this, no cap. But I'm also interested in seeing how well she synergizes with Shenhe, who is also coming out in Genshin 2.4. But in this video, let's see how us GANYU watchers can prepare for our Queen's rerun. I'm gonna go over what resources you want to gather, weapons to use, and what artifacts you might want to pre-farm for GANYU. So I hope that you enjoyed this video, and if you have any questions, leave a comment down below. Firstly, I actually have to say that Shenhe and GANYU have pretty much exactly the same Ascension and talent materials that they need. Aside from the boss Ascension material, talent books, and weekly boss materials, they are exactly the same. So looking into GANYU's boss Ascension materials, we're gonna need the Heartfrost core, which can be obtained from the Cryo Regisvine in Mondstadt. Luckily, this boss is one of the easier bosses, so you shouldn't struggle too much. You also get Cryo Jewel drops from this boss, which is also needed to ascend GANYU. For fully ascended GANYU, you need 1 of the 2-star jewel, 9 of the 3-star jewel, 9 of the 4-star jewel, and 6 of the 5-star jewel. So if you don't have enough, that is why Dust of Azoth exists, which you can buy from the shop. And sometimes you can get it from events as well. Basically, you can convert other element jewels to the cryo ones. For a fully ascended GANYU, you'll also need 46 Heartfrost cores, so be sure to start pre-farming now so you can max her out day 1 like me. And if you're world level 8, you even get a chance at Wander's Trope GANYU artifacts, which I'll talk more about later. GANYU will also need the Whopper Flower Nectar for both her Ascension and talents. You probably should have a lot of this stuff, but if not, just go to the Adventure Handbook and navigate for Whopper flowers, and it should continuously show locations. The handbook actually is kind of limited to Whopper flower spots, so if you need more, you can use the interactive map on HoYoLab. While we're still at the interactive map, you can also use this to look for Qingxin, which is the local specialty needed to ascend GANYU. I would recommend going to these spots since they have the most Qingxin. Though a super good way to start farming for Qingxin now is farming it in your teapot. You can go to the teapot spirit and buy the Qingxin seeds here. And then it takes 3 days to grow, so be sure to start doing this now. Now looking into GANYU's talent materials, she needs the Diligence books, which can be farmed in this domain on Tuesday, Friday, and Sunday. So assuming you're gonna crown her normal tech, which let's be honest here is very likely, it'll take the amount of materials shown on the screen now. In order to level GANYU's talents past 6, you need a weekly talent material. GANYU needs the Shadow of the Warrior, which can be obtained from the Child boss, so be sure to fight Child every week. You'll have a chance of dropping Cryo Jewels, the Shadow of the Warrior, Weapon Billets, and Dream Solvent, which can be used to convert the other materials that are dropped by the same weekly boss into another. And also you get a chance at GANYU artifacts here too. So now that we've gone over GANYU's materials needed to level her up, let's go over GANYU's weapon choices. GANYU's best in slot is of course Ammo's bow, which is ironically the only 5-star bow I don't have. If you're wondering if I'm gonna wish for Ammo's bow, the answer is no, cause I'm gonna give GANYU Thundering Pulse since this weapon has a high amount of crit damage, and with GANYU you actually don't need to stack up crit rate too much since her passive gives crit rate already to her Frostflake Broom, which is the main part of her DPS. Especially if you use Team Cryo Resonance and 4-piece Blizzard Strayer, which I'll get more into soon. So really any of the 5-star bows would work, but Elegy is good if you're looking to use GANYU as a support. A really good free-to-play 4-star option though is Prototype Crescent. This weapon at R5 actually becomes comparable to the 5-star weapons when you hit an enemy's weak spot. You are gonna need some bow billets for this as well as some crystal chunks, so be sure to do some weekly bosses for a chance at those billets. But before you forge this bow, please wait until you get GANYU to start forging, because GANYU's passive refunds the materials of forging bow weapons. You can also try using Blackcliff Warbow, which can be bought from the shop with Star Glitter since it gives crit damage as a substat. And the passive is decent on GANYU. Iridescent Hunt is also good if you have it. it'll provide a mini suction AoE, which is great, and you get this weapon from the battle pass. Now let's go over what artifacts you might want to farm for Ganyu. This is for DPS Ganyu. A common set people use is 4-piece Wander's Trope, since it boosts charge attacks by 35% and gives elemental mastery on its 2-piece set, which is very strong for using melt reactions. You can get these artifacts from doing bosses, Spiral Abyss, but the easiest way to farm this is by going to the crafting table for them. Here you can put any 3 5-star artifacts and transform them into the Wander's Trope artifacts. This is pretty much the best way to farm for Wander's Trope artifacts if you don't want to use resin on random bosses. The next set you could use is 4-piece Shimenawa's artifacts. It boosts charge attack damage by 50% after using an elemental skill. I believe this set may be stronger than 4-piece Wander's Trope, especially if you have good substats. So if you have good Shimenawa's artifacts, this is a pretty good artifact set to use on Ganyu. But just remember that you lose 15 energy when using an elemental skill. You can farm this set at the domain in Inazuma. This domain is great since it also drops emblem artifacts, which is honestly an amazing artifact set as well. The last set I recommend for DPS Ganyu is 4-piece Blizzard Strayer. This is the best to use on a freeze Ganyu team, and you don't really need to worry too much about crit rate if you're using this set with the freeze team. So you can go all out and stack as much crit damage as possible with this set. You can farm for this set in the domain and Dragon Spine. So yeah guys, I hope this video helps you get an idea what to farm for Ganyu. Personally, I already pre-farmed the heck for Ganyu. I'm gonna completely max her out, and I'll go more in depth into Ganyu once I get her. So be sure to subscribe to my channel because I have a lot of videos I want to make when I get Ganyu. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to comment down below. So I'll see you guys then.